Welcome, foolish mortals, to another episode of the HitchHiking Host Show. We are your ghost hosts, Wes Troop.
And Emily Liston.
And this week, Emily, I think for our show, we're going to need a bigger boat. Because this week, we're going to be talking about a ride that no longer is there. It's our first extinct ride we're going to be discussing. We're going to be discussing Jaws. One of the most popular rides at Universal Studios Florida was Jaws. The idea for the Orlando ride, however, began at Universal Studios Hollywood. One of their staple attractions, the Studio Tour, takes guests behind the scenes of a working movie studio and also some fun set pieces and staged encounters. After the massive success of Steven Spielberg's Jaws in 1975, it was decided that the shark should be a part of the tour. Such began to build for a small Amity Island section, which features shacks and a boat, which was originally the actual prop boat, Orca. Of course, a moving animatronic shark was created as well. Today, guests on the tour pass through Amity and are warned of shark attacks, see the demise of a scuba diver, and of course get a great glimpse of Jaws as he jumps up toward the train.
When Universal Studios Florida was being planned, the original idea was to have a studio tour as well, which was called the Glamour Tram. It was scheduled to go past sets of Jaws, King Kong and Earthquake. When Disney announced MGM Studios, the Universal decided to make those experiences into their own rides instead of just passing them on the tram. Steven Spielberg himself was brought on board as a creative consultant as well as Ride and Show Engineering Incorporated to draft the ride. They created a synopsis of what the ride would ultimately become.
The backstory to the ride is after the supposed real shark attacks inspired the Jaws film, tourism dropped due to fear of attacks. A resident decided to create Captain Jake's Amity Boat Tours, which takes guests to the sites where the attacks had happened. The queue for the ride was equipped with lots of fishing supplies and creative sets of clips from a local Amity station on televisions to keep those waiting entertained. Riders then board a large passenger boat and were greeted by a skipper who packed a grenade launcher just in case.
The boat passes by buildings and local businesses until a distress call from another boat comes over the radio. When the guest's boat finds the boat in trouble, there are no survivors to be seen, but the shark's fin can be seen. The skipper fires his grenade launcher and drives into a boathouse for safety until help arrives. Once inside, the shark appears again, this time giving riders a face-to-face look with the great white. After fleeing the boathouse, Jaws is seen a few more times as the skipper accidentally fires onto a gas dock with his launcher. The skipper decides to gun it and go over the flames.
Finally, the skipper tells guests an emergency evacuation is in order, but the shark strikes again. He ends up biting down on an electrical cable from a nearby boat. After smoke clears, Jaws is fried and riders return to the dock and back to safety. Jaws was one of the opening day attractions at Universal Studios Florida on June 7, 1990 in the San Francisco/Amity area of the park. The ride, however, underwent many problems in its first few months, seeing the ride having to close daily. Jaws was temporarily shut down in August 1990 and ended up suing Ride and Show Engineering Incorporated for the troubles.
Changes to the ride had to be made, and Universal worked with the Totally Fun company, who redesigned a few scenes of the attraction. Jaws had its official reopening in the summer of 1993 with a celebration including Spielberg and stars from Jaws. The ride was forced to temporarily close again in January 2005 due to hurricanes in Florida as a cost-cutting measure. When it opened back up in December, it was listed as a seasonal attraction. Due to a popular demand, Jaws was reopened back as a full-time attraction in 2007. The ride continued to need annual refurbishment until late 2011 when it was announced the ride would be shut down for good. Jaws closed on the 2nd of January 2012 and is being replaced with the new London/Diagon Alley section of the park. The Jaws ride can still be found at Universal Studios Japan, where it opened in 2001. While the ride had its ups and downs, Jaws will be missed by fans.
So I miss Jaws a lot. I haven't been there since it's closed, but I didn't realize it was going to be the last time I would ever be on it. So otherwise, I would have rode it again. But but at least I got on to go on another time before it shut. Yeah, I always liked pretty much the whole thing. Sometimes the skippers are make it or break it, much like the Jungle Cruise. If you have a funny skipper, that's good. If you have a skipper that's into the ride, that's good. I've seen videos. We were talking about the California version on the tram that goes by, and I literally saw a video where, and in this California version, the diver is supposed to be getting hit by Jaws and pulled under, and then you see blood come up in the water, and this person is literally on this video going, "Oh no, look at that! It looks like it's a shark. Watch out, Tommy," or whatever the heck the diver's name is supposed to be. Oh well. I mean, I'm like, that person should be fired.
I was gonna say.
I really wish I was on that one. I would have been like, oh my god, the suspense is killing me. but yeah, I would have been. It just cracks me up, that video. Try to find it if you can on YouTube after you watch us, of course. But yeah, that's funny, and just that whole tour thing. It literally looks like a rubber shark jumping out of water past the tram. You're not missing much, Emily. It's like, woo, here comes Jaws, woo. But it looks like the rubber shark from the Batman movie, for those who know what I'm talking about. But anyway, the Jaws ride in Florida was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Emily, what did you think of Jaws?
You know what I'm gonna say? I was terrified of it.
Yeah, I should have took bets on that one.
I was just scared of everything as a child. Yeah, obviously, why would I not be scared of that when I was 9? I think I went on it the last 2 times, and it was the only 2 times I didn't block my ears, and I was really proud of myself. So, high five me. Also, thanks. Yeah, no, I really, really like it. I find it terrifying still. So I'm sad it's gone. Because I went after it closed. And it's really depressing. It's all blocked off, even the little arcade thing. Like the whole thing is gone. But I'm really excited about Harry Potter. So woohoo! But yeah,
of course you are.
Yeah, I was saying I wish they put Harry Potter like where Men in Black was or something. So yeah, it's kind of depressing. Yeah, I remember when they were taking it down, and I was obviously following it, and it was about this time last year, around this time last year, that they drained it. I saw bird's eye view pictures from a helicopter. It was really cool because you could see all the different sharks, like the burnt shark, and then the half of the shark where his head comes out, and then this part of the shark, and then the fin. It was really, really cool. So,
that is neat.
Yeah, try and find those pictures. We'll try and find them and put them on here. Yeah, it's really cool to see that as well. But yeah, no, I really, really like it.
You did.
Yeah, I did like it. But oh well.
The only real story I have that I remember for some odd reason about this ride is that suntan lotion came down into my eyes during one of the fire parts. I just put suntan lotion on. It was like the first ride I think we went on or something. And I remember I was like blinded. And I had sunglasses on. I'm like, oh my god! And I literally could not see through half the ride. And then the fire is always so hot in any ride, but in that ride it seemed even worse. Especially when I could barely see, and I'm like, ah, oh! I don't know if they thought I was having the fits or what, but I was surprised the skipper wasn't like, hey you, that's not part of the show. Or they thought I was having like a breakdown because I was afraid of the shark or what, but I don't know. Just like, I can't take it.
I can't take it. I can't take it.
That's one of the problems I have with Universal, is that they just and in their defense, I know they don't have that much space, but they replace all their rides after a while. And people are saying, well, Jaws it did come out in '75. It was dated. I could see it had its problems, obviously, but the movie. What little kid doesn't know what a shark is? Even if it's because it's called Jaws and based off the movie, they still know what a shark is, But replacing that and King Kong, to me, those were their like huge opening day marquee rides. That would be like going to the Magic Kingdom and replacing Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean with something totally different, and everyone would hate it. So no matter what comes, like I gave The Mummy a shot, and I liked it. I still like King Kong better. There's going to be people out there that will not ride The Mummy at all because it replaced King Kong, and they're not even going to give it a shot, So I'm not even the worst of it out there. Yeah, but they have to do what they have to do, but at least replace it with something good. Now we'll see what happens with Diagon Alley. I know you're excited for that.
I think it's going to be good. It's going to be amazing.
The jury's still out on my part of that, but I'll let you know if it's better than Jaws when I get on. Surprisingly, the only opening day attractions Universal has left in Universal Studios, it's E.T., and that's it. If you don't count like Beetlejuice Show, the Lucia tribute, stuff like that, the actual ride that's left is E.T., and that's all. The only ride, and that's been on the chopping block for years. So we shall see what happens there. But it's just weird that a theme park is like that. But I guess they have to do what they have to do. But yeah, Jaws will be missed by us at least. We have some big news in our weekly news theme park roundup. The Festival of Fantasy Parade has finally opened. We've been talking about it for a little while on our show, and we finally got to see the video. So if you haven't seen the video of the Festival of Fantasy Parade, check it out on YouTube. It's everywhere. Everyone has their own version. And our friend of the show, Susie, at Tomorrow's Child. Oh, you want me to sing it. Tomorrow's Child, Tomorrow's Child. Yeah. Was nice enough to send us pictures. I'm just laughing at Mel's face right now. But,
Because my sister came in and heard you singing that. No,
you came in at the right spot, huh?
She's gone.
Okay. She was nice enough to send us her pictures from the parade when she was there, so thanks. And we're going to talk a little bit about what we thought about the parade. Emily, you want to start?
I really, really liked it. I obviously loved the dragon. I had to mention that first. Amazing. And you kind of gave it away to me because Wes watched it first, and he knew I was excited about the dragon, so he happened to say, "Oh, wait till you see what it actually does." So I was obviously like, if it doesn't breathe fire now, I'm going to be disappointed.
Just one of my many spoilers I accidentally give off.
Yeah, he didn't even say spoiler alert. It was just like, it's amazing, there's something amazing. Spoiler alert. I was like, yeah. But no, yeah, I was really happy that it breathed fire and everything. I'm a little bit scared for it.
Why are you afraid?
Because my sister was like, what if someone throws something? And then I was like, what if someone lets go of a balloon and then it goes through the fire and then it explodes and then Disney World burns to the ground, and if that happens, it's not my fault for jinxing it. Touch wood.
Touch wood? Knock on wood.
Why knocked? Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was amazing. It was kind of like the theatre production of Warhorse. I don't know if you've seen or heard of Warhorse.
What? Oh, that. I thought you meant the whole parade.
No, just the dinosaur.
I know what you mean. That the dragon itself. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. It's you can see all the mechanics there. I like that you can see it walking. I love that the person at the back waves the tail. I thought that was brilliant. I'm not sure because it's hard to see on the video, but the mechanics inside the dragon kind of look like the spinning wheel that she touches. So I hope that. Yeah, I hope that's that. It's a bit weird that Aurora wasn't there, obviously, because we knew that she was taking off it to put Frozen on, etc., etc. But we'll get to that in a minute. But they could have at least had her like walking next to it or something. Because it's kind of random. It's just a dragon. I really like the Frozen bit, obviously. But like me and my sister were saying when we watched it, I hope that they had like a deadline, so they had to get the parade out, and I hope that in like maybe a couple of months' time they actually build a Frozen float, because that'll be a lot better. Like my sister said, like a lot of the characters weren't there and things, like Kristoff and stuff. So I think that they need their own Frozen float, definitely. Especially if you're standing there, and then I like how it rotates, kind of. I like it if it rotates and like Aurora was on one side, but like I said, it doesn't make sense for Frozen to be on the other side. However, I do like the idea of it rotating, but I don't like the fact that if you are standing there and you wanted a picture of one side and it was on the wrong side, and then you'd get the turn over there, like it's not, you know. I like that they kept with the music playing the film as the float gets to you. Felt like I liked before in the parade a bit like, you know, in this new parade it's got Snow White with the dwarfs. Yeah. That's okay, that's like the last one, but I feel like this one had less of those kind of things. Like the gaps in between each float was more just random things. Like that didn't really, well, it was random before, but it still had like, I remember the guys that were on the bikes and they were drawing Walt Disney or Mickey Mouse or pretending to be Walt Disney, and
oh yeah, that was an old school one.
Yeah, that was old. Yeah, I remember like Winnie the Pooh and all them characters were kind of walking around with it and things like that. But this one was just like random people, completely on their own, and it wasn't like a bunch of random people. It was just like a line of random people and then like massive gaps. I'm glad that it finished with Minnie and Mickey, obviously, because it would have been the same. Really, obviously, Rapunzel's like still my favourite. It was hard to see from the video footage, but I'm like, I think her hair, I know her hair was wrapped around the float, but was it attached to her?
I'm not sure.
I hope it is, because otherwise then it's just like her hair, and then random hair. But it'd be cool if it was attached, and then, you know, and then wrapped around the float. I thought that was really cool. Although I didn't understand the float.
Oh, the axes swinging back and forth with the Flynn on one and the other people on the other. Yeah.
I get why there was a boat. I guess kind of, because they're on a boat at one point, and the boat looks the same. But I don't get why there's axes swinging. Am I missing something? Did I forget something about the film?
Even though you've seen it 1,000 times.
That's what I'm saying.
Probably not. I only saw the movie once and I didn't get it, but I thought maybe I'm missing it and I'll ask you, and then you're like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I definitely don't know.
Yeah. I've seen it like 100 times. It's one of my favourite Disney films. So unless I'm being completely stupid, if anyone has any comments, please let me know. I don't know why they did.
Yes, please. Anything with Emily not being stupid, comment.
It would have been cool if it was like swinging frying pans.
That would make more sense.
I should be an Imagineer. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Anyone watching, give me a job. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I do like it. I think that the floats are really good this year, because obviously they're going to stay for a lot of years. I think that it's good. I think that it could have some improvements to it, which I hope they realise. But overall,
you take out the entire Brave float?
Oh, I forgot about the Brave float.
I hate Brave as well.
The Brave float was really good, to be honest. It was good.
Oh, wow.
It was all really good. It was all really good. It was all new. I liked the aerial one as well. One part that I didn't like was the rotating Cinderella float, because on the back of it was nothing. It's like a pink eggshell with her bows, but then what if you're caught at that moment? You can take a picture.
That's all you'll see.
Yeah. Overall, I thought it was really, really good, and I can't wait to see it. And yeah, it looks really, really good. You should check it out. What do you think? Sorry.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, you know what it's like.
Yeah, I really liked the parade. I liked it more than the last few parades I had seen. I thought, wow, this one's really cool. One of the favorite moments that when I was watching the video, it's on the Princess and the Frog float, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that's nice, just no one's really saying anything, and then it starts turning, and you see the beginning of Olaf and Anna, and you just hear woo. I just started losing it. I'm just like, oh man, there's all the Frozen fans.
And then they're like, Elsa!
Yeah. Elsa! Sign my autograph book! Oh yeah, I'm gonna jump off the float. But and it was funny because you hear a little girl, oh, it's her coronation dress. It's like, oh, they know this, We basically like the same ones. What a surprise!
The very first float was like straight into a float, like.
You know what they should have had? They should have had the two of us as the Grand Masters.
Little flag. Also recently in the news, the International Spring and Garden Festival opened on the 5th of March at Epcot. New features include the Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy topiary over in the World Showcase between the Germany and Italy pavilions, Mike and Sully Monstrous Garden and Mater's Parks, Plants and Play Garden, which are playgrounds full of activities, a new exhibit called Hummingbirds at the Home, which is a walk-through hummingbird garden, and some new dishes at 11 different outdoor kitchens.
Yeah, every year they have the different topiaries. I enjoy those, and the playgrounds are cool for kids because it lets them run around get them out of your hair for a little while you drink. I haven't seen the outdoor kitchens yet because I haven't gone since they started those, but those sound neat too.
Basically like the Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah.
Minus the wine.
Exactly.
But then plus the wine because it's Epcot. So.
Yeah.
Either way, I'd be happy. If they took away the butterflies. And also the flowers because I have allergies. Basically bring on October.
In other news, the wildest ride in the wilderness has reopened at Disneyland Park. After being closed for refurbishment for months, Big Thunder Mounatin Railroad is up and running as of March 17th, which as of this recording was yesterday. The ride was down to update the track, update the trains, repaint parts of the mountain, and restoration of the Rainbow Ridge town. There were also some awesome added effects, and I've seen the video of the Big Thunder Mountain redone, and the effects are really cool. You gotta check it out, Emily. We didn't check that out yet. Yeah, so I'm definitely excited to check out the new effects in Big Thunder Mountain. I know you like the Disney World version of Big Thunder Mountain.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, I know. My grandparents, evidently. But,
my dad loves it, but it gives him massive pains in his back.
So the Disneyland version isn't far off from that. So now I'm wondering if they're going to update Disney Worlds soon with those same effects, or if it's just going to kind of be not affected by the effects. Speaking of Disneyland, the new Starbucks in Disneyland's downtown Disney district opened up a few weekends ago. The location has an expanded size compared to most Starbucks with 150 seats. Nice. There's also a large video screen and an interactive chalkboard touchscreen where customers can write and draw. I'll write our Twitter handle. Yeah. Outside, there's also a patio and huge living wall in the shape of a coffee cup made out of more than 1,000 plants.
That's cool.
Interesting. I'll definitely be taking pictures for our show, obviously, and maybe I'll have a little something in the Starbucks before I start my day in Disneyland. Yeah, I don't know what, but from what I've heard, I know a few people that have been to this Starbucks already. And they really like it. They said it's really neat. I've seen a few pictures, so it definitely sounds cool. I'm definitely gonna check it out when I go. Do they have Starbucks? I assume they have Starbucks in England.
No, I've never heard of it.
Really?
No.
Oh,
We have
okay.
it everywhere.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Over at Universal's Islands of Adventures, Zonko's joke shop was officially closed. We had previously reported the store would be closed due to Weasley's Wizard Wheezes opening later this year in the new Diagon Alley section. Also, with the closing of Zonko's, Honeyduke's candy store will be expanded. You can find the Zonko's items in the main gift shop at both parks. I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm gonna book my holiday just to go to see this new Diagon Alley section.
Oh God. Oh God. That means I'll be rolling my eyes through the vacation.
No, that means I'm not inviting you. If you can come, but you can't come to the Universal Studios. What bit? Because you'll ruin it for me. I'll go first, and I'll be like.
No, I want to go.
And then you can come after, and then I can just be like, whatever. I've already enjoyed it.
For those who have been fans of the current Disney Kingdom Seekers of the Weird comic series, which we both are collecting, by the way, more exciting news was announced. Alright, I'm ready for this one. The next Disney Kingdom series will be based off of the Journey into Imagination attraction, the old one, that's where it's at, and will be titled Figment. The 5-issue series will tell the origin of both Figment and the Dreamfinder with a steampunk-style twist. The first issue will hit shelves in June, and you better believe I'm going to be at my comic book store in June. I am a huge fan of the old-school Journey into Imagination. I'm sure I've said that before. I only went on it once when I was 8, but I loved it, and then it was done after that, so never got on to go again, but at least we have a comic book series. And Emily, are you gonna get this series?
Are you gonna pick it out for me?
Yes.
Then yes.
Okay. I saw the art of Dreamfinder and Figment. It looks really cool. For some odd reason, I know you haven't seen the picture yet, Emily, but you'll know what I'm talking about. Dreamfinder reminds me of Leonardo DiCaprio from Django Unchained. And I don't know why, but the picture of him reminds me of that character, and I'm like, oh, that would be really interesting. For those of you who have seen
amazing.
Yeah. That brings a whole new Disney Kingdom, but that's what the look reminds me of for some reason. It's good. It's sort of steampunky for these issues, but I'm really looking forward to this, as you can tell.
I can tell.
So yes, it will hit shelves in June when Seekers of the Weird ends. And I'm really glad, because I wonder if they're going to keep going with different stuff, and we can only wonder what's coming next.
We can only wonder.
maybe a 5-issue series about the Phoenicians.
Oh, shut up. About the damn Phoenicians. Thank you, Phoenicians!
Well, that's all the time we've got for this episode. Emily, why don't you let everyone know where they can find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter. It's @EL5AME.
Yes, and of course for me, you can subscribe to my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/westside515. Follow me on Twitter, @WesAlist.
You can also follow our show on Twitter. It's @HitchHostShow. And the ghost will follow you back. I hate you.
And our other HitchHiking's host stuff, youtube.com/HitchHostShow for all of our videos. Definitely go back, watch the 5 hours worth we have so far. It's worth it. It's worth it. And facebook.com/HitchHostShow. Like us on there. We have different stuff on there. We have different stuff on the Twitter. Keep a lookout for more exciting things. We're coming up with more ideas. I didn't mean to do crazy. I meant to do our gears are turning in our heads, because we have some more exciting things coming up. Maybe a little bit of this. I don't know. But we'll definitely keep a lookout. We got some interesting stuff coming up. And my vacation countdown, 39 days.
Jealous.
So, until next time, don't forget to...
Hurry back,
for the next episode.
See you next week. I've got the lovely bunch of coconuts. Do-do-do-do. There they are, standing in a row. Big ones, small ones, some with familiar heads.
Some familiar heads?
I don't know what it says.
Some as big as your head.
Oh.